What's up everybody, Philipp here, doing a production breakdown for you today of our song Weather Like This. We thought this might be interesting for some people because we definitely enjoy these kinds of videos of people talking about their productions and giving an insight into the actual project. So I got the Ableton Live project for you here, and we'll have a look at some stuff, listen to some of the elements isolated, and yeah, let's just jump right into it. Yeah, so this is the project. You can see I keep everything colored to organize it. We have drums here in blue, bass orange, guitars green. All the purple stuff is usually keys, and everything that is kind of synthesizer. We have the vocals and backing vocals, and the white stuff is usually just effects and all of this stuff. So let's start off with the opening of the song, really, which is the drum samples right here, right? And it's basically just a collection of different samples. I think this is from a recording I did for Lucy Rowe. Shout out to Lucy Rowe, check her out. Hi-hat, where that's from, I actually don't know anymore. And the snares from, I think from Addictive Drums, actually. And I think the inspiration for this here, and this is where the song started, actually, right? This is where the whole song started, with this drum loop. I think the inspiration that here was from like Radiohead, these kinds of, if you think of like Kid A, this kind of electronic, kind of dirty stuff. That's what I would call it. I wanted to have a nice drum loop like that as well. So that's how the whole song started off composition-wise, actually. And here, as you can see, there's lots of processing going on here. Mainly to compress it really hard and make it pump, as you can hear, right? And it's like if I turn some of this stuff off here, maybe just all of the compression, it will sound really odd. Alright. Also interesting somehow, but that's not really the vibe we were going for, right? So there's another cool thing about this, because there's actually a delay. This one right here, if I'm not mistaken. Exactly. If I turn it off, right? So it gives it this really cool kind of motion. And the whole beginning is with the opening of the song, and the verses are all in that kind of vibe. So the bass, equally to the drums, is quite dirty, right? And the weird clipping that you hear is actually from the sidechain compression I used to make the bass duck from the kick and snare of the opening beat. There's a lower bass here which doesn't really sound very interesting on its own, right? But the main bass is really the higher bass here, which is well, the first one is it's a silent patch. I use silent a lot for some reason. And the second one is actually it's just from Ableton stock synthesizer stuff operator. And this is the main bass sound, really, right? Quite a nice sound somehow. It has this dirt, but it also has this portamento that makes it glide, right? So both of them together, usually glue them together in a group. Yeah, there's some multiband compression going on here, a glue compressor, and obviously the sidechain compression. It's quite nice. There was actually such a difficult thing finding the right bass sound for this. We were actually struggling a lot. Well, there's still there's a sub coming in for the chorus here as well, to make it a little bit fatter, right? When you listen to the this is pre-chorus, chorus, quite fat, right? Well, that's it basically bass-wise. Yeah, so the sound that I really love here is the guitar actually. I really love the sound. I made the sound with a Boss effect pedal that our old guitarist Kai gave to me. Thank you, Kai. Shout out, Kai. And I think it's just a delay, and there's some rotary on there, and it just sounded really nice, and it blends so well with the dirtiness of the drums and the bass. I just love this whole world of the verse. And one of my favorite parts of the song is actually the pre-chorus. This part right here. Right. But this guitar riff is so nice. Again, the weird clipping that you hear is from the sidechain compression. And I think the only thing that I really added to this original sound from the Boss effect pedal is some reverb to make it a little bit wider. So yeah, in the chorus we have a different drum set actually, which is also just MIDI. Sorry to disappoint you. It's not a real drum recording, unfortunately. It wasn't really possible at that time, anyways. I think this song is like late 2020, early 2021. So yeah, I mean, and also in the end, this worked, right? Really love how thick the sound is. I mean, it's called a fat kit, right? And it is really a fat kit. So yeah, then the bass is still the same bass in the chorus. Just a little bit fatter, right? With the sub. And then you have the guitars. And these guitars are really not anything special, to be honest. I think I just recorded them also through the Boss effect pedal, and I actually put this microphone in front of a small Vox amp, a very small, cheap Vox amp, yeah, it sounded nice, sounded good enough to me, you know. It's not even played very well, but you can't hear that on in the context, which is fine, you know. I think I recorded it with two different pickups. Yeah, and this one is actually a weird kind of experiment. Basically just putting the mic at the end of the room and, you know, trying out what that sounds like, and that's what that sounds like. And it's in there in the mix somewhere, and it's not really anything special, but it works, you know. And I think on the guitar bass, I did some compression again. I love this compressor here actually. It's the LA2A by Waves. I use it a lot for guitars and for vocals especially, and for everything. I mean, I use it for a lot of stuff, to be honest. Also for bass, it's great. Anything that is very like low heavy. And furthermore, in the chorus, we have this really nice synthesizer here. I really love these kinds of sounds, you know, and it's also a silent patch, just some saws together, detuned in different octaves with a chorus on there. But it sounds really nice though. Oh, this is not connected. I just wanted to play something for you. I love the sound. I think I picked the sound up like I think more or less from the 1975, and you know, basically all kind of 80s productions and all of that stuff. So this sound is really nice there in the mix, I think. Well, you know, that's one of the elements that opens this part up so much, because the verses are really like kind of like introvert and weird, and then in the chorus it just like kind of explodes,
and it's super wide and fat. You know, you have like sub bass, and it's you know this pad on top. It's really nice. I like this, and it was kind of the idea, to be honest, of the song, to have this like very different sections really. But it's nice. I think it gives the song a nice dynamic somehow, because these parts are quite different from each other, like sonically, so much at least. And yeah, let's have a look at the vocals. Well, first of all, in the verse, we have this really nice.
So the station's close, hide the nose.
Kind of like distorted vocals with
I
some.
don't believe all the people that say we're just fine. I can't believe.
Slapback delay. And I use Nectar by Isotope a lot, because it has everything in there basically. And I love this retro saturation, which is basically the.
We're just fine. I can't believe all the trouble that we're in tonight.
That's what makes it so distorted, right?
Maybe in these troubled times, and on which platform does this train arrive?
We have the delay.
Put on your coat.
It sounds weird alone.
Weather like this, yeah. Weather like this, yeah. Put on your coat.
And we have a reverb on here as well.
Weather like this, yeah. Weather like this.
And they usually go into Nectar, and first of all I take some stuff out, little bit of compression, or saturation, and a delay, and a little bit of EQ, because I do lots of processing after the delay, because I want the delay to be really part of the vocal sound, right? It's not just like a little bit added on. It's like it's the whole vocal sound. It's like these are the characteristics, saturation and delay, that I want to be. I want them to be part of the whole vocal sound, right? So that's why I still use compression afterwards to kind of glue all of these things together. So yeah, the vocals in the chorus sound a little bit different.
And I wait for this to go away.
Right, because everything opens up in the chorus, right? Everything sounds much cleaner. So do the vocals. And I started again here in the chain with LA2A compressor that I you know by now I like a lot. I go on with a little bit of low cut. There's some multiband compression going on here. And then again, I use Nectar, right? And what's going on here is, well, there's some EQ usually. Oh, there's also just, a low cut. A little bit of compression, de-esser. A little bit already of a boost here. I usually try to find the area where the vocals are most present. Usually that's between 2K and 4K. A little bit of saturation. Oh, not just a little bit. There's quite a lot of tape saturation on here. And then another compressor in the end. And then I add the high end. I usually add with this nice little EQ here, which is by Sound Toys. I really like it a lot. It's very smooth high end, very smooth low end, and you can even drive it a little bit here, which gives it also a nice warm saturation. And then I use Fresh Air, which is an Isotope plugin. It's actually for free. And I add a little bit of high end, basically. And then this one here is really nice, the vocal doubler. Well, it basically just, it does what it says. It doubles the vocals. It vocals the doubles. And, well, that's what it sounds like on its own.
Wait for this to go away. A yearning glance, a dust
if you listen closely, like left and right,
to whatever it was we had. We wanted it so bad. With friends on our doorstep, the clock strike 12. The pleasure we felt.
Well, it widens the vocals basically. Has a little bit of a chorusy effect, to be honest. But yeah, I usually use it in the chorus to kind of like elevate the energy and to make the vocals sound bigger and wider. But what's actually really nice in the song, I think, are the backing vocals.
I wait for this to go away. A yearning glance, a dust-stained hand, to whatever it was we had. We wanted it so bad. with friends.
Yeah, these are not very prominent in the mix if you listen to it all together.
For this to go away.
It sounds really empty without them.
Go away. A yearning glance, a dust-stained hand to whatever it was we had. We wanted it so bad.
These are actually funny because it's often just me like adding some backing vocals already while writing the song basically with the others, just to try out some stuff, and then a lot of this just stays there because it works. And usually I stack them left and right, so I do the same voice twice, and I pan one left, pan one right.
Wait,
Right.
wait.
Sounds really funny because often these things are way too high for me actually. And then even I think there's even some, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I didn't sing it like that, right? That's pitched. And then we have even more.
Yearning glance, a dust-stained hand.
Nice. Yeah, they sound, to be honest, they sound really awful on their own, like the individual voices, but together they sound nice.
Wanted it so bad.
Really like it. Wow, I didn't even cut in the middle, you know. Not good work here.
The clock struck 12. The pleasure we felt was out in the open.
But what's really nice here, backing vocals wise, is this little thing here in the pre-chorus, which is something that Marvin sang.
Put on your coat for a weather like this, yeah.
Additional to the main vocals here.
Put on your coat. It's too cold for a weather like this, yeah. Weather like this.
Well, that's a performance right here, isn't it? Yeah, that's Marvin, you know. Well, there's some saturation going on this one from the. That's a really nice one, SSL saturator.
Put on your coat. It's too cold for a weather like this, yeah. Weather like this.
Nice, and it's even coming back in the second pre-chorus with another voice on the right.
Like this, yeah. Weather like this, yeah. Put on your coat. It's too cold for a weather like this, yeah. Weather like this.
Really nice. Really adds this intensity there in the pre-chorus, you know. Well, another thing that I really like in the pre-chorus here is this little thing here. Sounds very spooky. Well, this is Marvin recorded this. He stacked some vocals on top of each other and made this really nice kind of Jacob Collier-like chord. And then I put it through an old tape delay. And that's why it sounds so like weird and wobbly, because that's actually it's the old one of tape, right? So it's really like woo woo woo. And it's a really nice addition here in the pre-chorus to give a little bit more energy. Really love this. I really love all of these little things that are going on here. Especially in the second verse. First of all, you have this nice hit here, which is really cool.
See all the fear outside that is rushing by through.
Tick tock, the clock going on here, which is really cool. Alright. And you have the thunder here, which is called Donner in German, right? Haha, joke. Which was also Marvin's idea, actually. Well, it goes together with these nice vocal chops here. So, well, all of this together. Really like this part a lot, especially with the drums together. We have this shaker thing going on here, this one, right, which is really cool. Basically ducking from the it's also with sidechain compression, ducking from the kick and snare of the drum sample. Alright. I was with the... And this is this sound here. It's actually taken from the pre-chorus thing that I was just showing you that Marvin did. This one here. You know, you just cut it up, and you. I usually put them on these pads of my MIDI keyboard here, and then I play around with them, and usually you get some pretty cool results with that stuff. And I think that's it's really cool, this part of the verse. Like there's a lot going on. Really cool. Yeah, and then we go into the bridge, really. Which starts with a big bang. Which is mainly due to the gong sample that I use a lot here. Actually, I use it quite a lot. And we have these two vocal chops hitting together with the gong and the drums. Actually, really like this. Just put it together with the drums. And they come every time. After the kicks here. Alright. And then the modulation. Alright. And what I really like here is this guitar. Which is something that Jan played with a really nice sound. There's another thing that you might not have heard in the mix, which is quite low on the recording. There's a synth right here, together with the
staring out the window.
Again, lots of backing vocals.
Racing past me. In a weather like this, yeah, weather like this.
Marvin coming in as well. And that's kind of it, to be honest. Then this nice cloud chord thing is coming back here.
In the open, and I wait.
Here, in the end, everything is kind of coming back together. The only thing that is added is this really nice arpeggio. It really gives it this nice hectic vibe there in the end. Back to the verse, and that's kind of it. And in the end here, there's one thing that is quite cool, I think. Is this, you saw this little automation here while it's still playing. That's the freeze function of the Ableton delay. Which is why the sound just goes on and on and on and on. And we thought that was a cool way to end the song. So yeah, this is it kind of. These are the different elements of Weather Like This. It was a really fun production, to be honest, because there's lots of different things going on, lots of different moods and different sections. And hope you liked it. Let us know if you did. And I hope to see you soon.